Hi, have you ever failed massively, spectacularly, and embarrassingly? Well, if so, I'm here to tell you that you are not alone. My name's Sarah Jane Critchley, and I am a serial failure. There, I've said it. This is going to be quite difficult. I tried to launch something amazing and it didn't work, and it was incredibly painful. And I have had a huge learning as a result of some of that, but it's not the first time. So I wanted to share with you some things that I've learned, and I wanted to share with you how you can learn how to fail better, how to fail forward faster, how to fail and learn to rise up out of the ashes of your own defeat. Bit of a big ask, I guess, but it is important to know. So the first thing to reflect is that we all fail all the time. I know I just had a massive failure business-wise. I will get over it. It's going to be fine, but it really hurts. And that's the first thing to recognise. Failure hurts. And it can leave you feeling really raw. It can leave you feeling very exposed. And do you know what? That's really not easy. And I love this picture of the phoenix, and I'm taking this one, I'm going to own this one, because the phoenix is a mythological bird. I'll just explain in case anybody doesn't know. So the phoenix is a mythological bird. So it's a story that comes from ancient Greece around a really long-lived bird that was amazing, absolutely amazing. So this bird lived for a huge amount of time, lots and lots of years. Then when it dies, it falls into the ashes and it bursts into flames, and then a brand new phoenix is born out of the ashes of that fire. In so many ways, failure is like that process. So you crash and you burn and it hurts and it blisters and you can feel the pain of it, but actually what comes out from it, in the same way that Fawkes, the phoenix in Harry Potter, comes out of the flames and is a brand new, delightful bird, that is what's new. So many times have I failed. I'm times beyond member. I mean, even this poor little plant of mine, I'll show you my poor little plant. If any of you are wonderful gardeners, I would love help. This poor plant, it looks like it's got bats hanging off it. I've tried everything to make this plant live. I love it, but it's dying on me and I need help. I don't know how to do that, and it's making me sad every day to look at it. So I'm going to have to put this somewhere else. I'm going to have to remove it from my line of sight while I take care of it. Because looking at that every day, all the time, makes me feel sad. And it doesn't help me to move beyond and to develop and grow. So I'm going to move that out of the way right now. Pop you down safely there. Sorry about that. I had to disappear out of sight to do that. So the first thing to think about is that failure is absolutely and utterly normal. We all fail frequently. If you think about a baby learning to walk, babies don't suddenly sort of get up onto their hind legs and off they go, powering into the sunset. Thank God. It wouldn't give any of the parents amongst us a chance to catch up with them, would it? No, they fall over, and then they may look at you, and if you smile at them and say, "Oh, it's really good, well done, you've done really well, go on, try again," well then, like, you've encouraged them, and then they get themselves up again and they totter around a bit and then they fall over. And you don't sit there and say, "Oh, you stupid baby, you fell over, you can't possibly do that." But that's what we tell ourselves, isn't it? Often. That's what we say, and it's not true. It's not right. We've got to take another step. We've got to try again. We've got to learn what we can from it. So every time a baby stands up and tries that sort of balancing thing, tries to work that out, they're building their sense of balance, they're building their muscular strength, they're building their understanding of how to make it work, and they fall over a lot on the way. And life's like that, isn't it? We fall over a lot on the way. And we have to start thinking about how we fall over as being a different part of the process, a learning part of the process. So the first thing I wanted to share with you is that falling over is totally normal. Failing is totally normal. And it is painful, and it is difficult, and it is embarrassing, and sometimes people will point and laugh, and sometimes people will cheer. and cheer and encouragement instead of in criticism. And that's good. You know, find people who will cheer you on and say, actually, that's okay, you've done a great job, well done, you're learning something really important. Don't ever let anybody tell you that it's wrong to get things wrong. It's right to get things wrong. You just have to learn and grow. The second thing I wanted to tell you was that when you get things wrong, as we all do, the best place to go is to learn from people who've made the same mistakes but taken the next step on. So one of the things that I did is I've got an amazing community of people who are also trainers and educators and people sharing how to share their knowledge in the world. And I shared this particular failure that I'd had with them and how painful it was and what I've learned from it, and put down all of those things that I could learn. Because I sat and I thought, well, this didn't work, but why didn't that work? What can I learn from it? What can I take from it? What can I make positive from it? And God bless them, this particular community, because they've all been there, because they've all had something like that experience, or they're all struggling in their own ways. They recognise and have really cheered me on to the next stage, and that is just makes me feel so much better. So thank you to anybody who's part of that community, and to anybody who encourages other people when you see they're struggling and trying to learn. Thank you for doing that. You are stars. You make such a difference. Thank you. If you're parents, you're doing that all the time, so please keep going. The third thing which I wanted to share with you, which is really important, is when you have a massive failure, not a minor one, a massive failure, a big one, one that you know is awful, the thing you have to do first is to take care of yourself. Because sometimes you're going to want to run and hide. And actually, do you know what? That's okay for a while. Sometimes you need to take really good care of yourself, and maybe just on that one occasion it's an entire tub of ice cream, an entire tub of Ben & Jerry's or Haagen-Dazs, or plain white vanilla if that's what you love, or to have a really big hot chocolate with marshmallows and all the trimmings, or I really shouldn't have quite so many food things, should I? Or to just not go out and binge watch Netflix for a day. Because you're trying to heal your heart, you're trying to heal the things that hurt, and you need to do the things for you that make that better. And maybe for you it's just going outside and having a really long walk, even in the rain. Rain's fantastic if you're feeling like absolute toot and you're feeling awful and it's tipping it down outside. Wonderful, go and get wet. No one's going to see you cry in the rain. It's a good thing. Enjoy it. So make the most of that. Take really good care of yourself. And if you're with somebody who's really struggling, then you can help them. And that's not about saying, oh, you don't need to be sad anymore. It's more about, yeah, I know what that feels like. I've been there too. Because actually, if you think about it, you have. And if that's you and somebody does you the honour of saying, actually, I've been there too, then thank them for being there, because it's amazing. It's just such a gift. And then the next thing is, the final bit is to think about having a growth mindset, because it's really important that when something goes wrong, you take the best from it. And this could be from any sort of experience. It could be from any sort of painful experience. It could be from where you failed. It could be from where you've tried to be perfect and actually it didn't work. And as a parent, oh dear Lord, how many times have I failed? I could write an entire book of failures. In fact, maybe I will. Maybe that's what you need next. All of the various ways that I failed and what I learnt from them. And it's about how to learn from each of those. So you take the best lessons you can from that and you leave the rest of the experience behind. Get rid of the pain, get rid of the stuff that makes you feel like rubbish, and just take the good bits. Focus on those, because where you put your energy is where things grow. So if you focus on that, learning on the things that you can do better next time, then you will really learn and accelerate your growth, and you'll be able to do things you could never have imagined before in a way that's positive and delightful. You will be the phoenix rising from the ashes. So here's to everybody who's setting off now. Even if you're crashing in flames right now, feel the fire, take the energy and use that to boost you up into the next thing that you're doing. I really hope that's served you and helped you. We all fail, we all fall down, and we can all get up again. If you like this, please share it with as many people as possible. Don't forget to hit the bell to subscribe, share widely, and go out and be kind to each other today. Lots of love. Bye.